What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Where the Locals Skate. I'm your host once again, OG Skate Show. This is a podcast where we get to know local skaters on and off the board. And of course, here with me always, we have the Couch Boys.
What up? What's up, guys?
David Peralta and Victor Castillo. And now let's introduce our guest this week. We have Jeffrey Lopez in the studio.
What's happening? How's everybody doing?
Dude, thank you for coming down.
Dude, thanks for asking me.
Dude, appreciate that. Yeah, we had a request from Chris Pike out there, so yeah. Plus, we wanted you on the show as well. I did meet you at the Curb Warz, that one we went to for.
Shufflebone.
Yeah,
that was a good game.
Yeah,
I never skated with Evan Scheffelbein before. Big dude,
and he killed it that day.
He did,
yeah.
Ripping.
That's the one where I took photos at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one that right there, Fullerton, the parking structure.
Fullerton Underground. That was a fun one. I believe that was the first time we met, though.
Yeah, I think we met a couple times, like at La Puente Park, and maybe at a Pawn event or Covina Park, maybe
right.
like the opening of the skate park.
Mm-hmm. But never officially.
No,
that day.
Not really. I trying.
Yeah,
I would see Jeffrey like back in the day, like back 2007, 2008, like West Coast days.
Yeah.
I used to see. I didn't really know you well, but I would see you skating around.
Yeah, I think. Yep, I was trying to get my shit together.
Okay.
Around 2007, 2008, and then so I was skating a lot, and then I fell off the rails.
Okay. All right. Well, let's tell everybody what city you're repping.
Damn. Well, originally Boyle Heights, East Los Angeles.
Okay.
And then my folks had a house in West Covina, but they left me in East LA for a few years, and then eventually they brought me back out to West Covina to go to school. But I spent a lot of time in East LA growing up, and then my grandparents passed, and just stuck in the SGV really.
Okay.
Like my whole family's out in East LA, Los Angeles, Pico, Whittier. But yeah, like the motherland is West Covina.
Okay.
Yeah, the motherland is West Covina. I've been out there since a little kid, and that's where my skateboarding started.
Okay, West Covina.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, West Covina for sure.
How old were you when you started?
I think my first skateboard was like 1987. Was a Christian Hosoi Hammerhead.
Oh.
My first skateboard was a white Hammerhead, and my brother skated. My brother's 11 years older than me. His name's Jason Lopez. And he got me into it because my mom was like, "You're not leaving without taking your little brother." Mm-hmm. And he was burned out about that.
Yeah, so, I bet. You guys had a big age difference.
Yeah, so I was always tagging along. Like, wherever they went on skate missions, I got to go. So I was exposed to a lot of, like, late 80s, early 90s skateboarding through them.
That's kind of rad.
Yeah, super sick. I remember, like, my brother had this little VW Fastback, and we all packed in one time and smashed out to, like, the Nude Bowl, way out in Palm Springs. I don't even know how they got directions to that place back then. There was no social nothing, cellular nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, maybe a Thrasher magazine, right? Maybe you could find...
I think back in the day, that thing was like, you gotta know someone who knew.
Yeah, it was wild.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I got blessed to be around some rippers, like early 80s.
And your brother would hit the pool and all that?
Yeah. My brother was a gnarly skateboarder for sure, and all of his homies.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Does he still shred to this day or not?
Nah, you know what? He, like about maybe like 2011, I remember I was coming home from prison and my brother was like, "Hey, I got a skateboard. When you get home, maybe we'll take a trip and go, maybe we'll go skate, go see my mom who lived up north." And we had this trip planned, but then, the rolling at West Covina Skate Park between the two pylons.
Yeah.
He like fell and laid back and tore his rotator cuff.
Oh.
And so he ended up having to get surgery. Like, it was all bad. So he never,
he didn't want to do it anymore.
Nah, he was shook.
Yeah. Man, sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, for sure. But he's a lifelong skateboarder at heart. And then like my nephew Jacob, I have 3 nephews, and my oldest nephew Jake, he's like a OG West Covina head, West Covina skate park. Like who's he homies with? Like John Sue and T. Just a lot of locals from West Covina.
That's cool.
Yeah, we skated like West Covina High School though. That was our mecca.
Damn.
Yeah, that was like, without a doubt, that was like.
Yeah, I bet. Because, I mean, us too, man. Schools were the place to go because a lot of times we didn't have skate parks in the area. So schools had everything you needed, like ledges and stairs. And
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't doing the handrails, but they had them.
West Cove High was like the spot before the skate park, or was the skate park?
Oh yeah, West Covina High School was epic for me, for all of my friends, and then everybody would pull up, like all the media heads, or like Bike Skateboards before it was media, and like the Firm, Lance, Ray Barbie, the Gruber brothers. Yeah, a lot of people came through there. Richard Mulder, like the Chocolate Heads. Yeah, it was a mecca for sure. It was, in my eyes, it was better than Chafee, but it never got the kind of shine that Chafee did.
Yeah.
But it was sick. A lot of ledges, high ledges, low ledges, the WC, the stage, the up handrail in the back, the 2-stair. Somebody had a cover with that yet? No, huh?
I don't know.
Jeremy Ray had the board slide up it.
Was that the one, the rail that they took out?
It's like that.
It's gone now?
It's in the back behind the racquetball courts. I think Donovan just did a front feeble up it.
That's still there then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nose grind.
Nose grind?
Nose grind.
Jeremy
did
nose
he?
grind? Okay.
Yeah, that spot was gnarly.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
Do you know what? Like, I was a West Coast local, but never knew about West Covina High School like that. That had like spots. I knew about Edgewood across the street. You had like a bump over rail and then the ledges.
Yeah, West Covina High School was epic for us. It was like, yeah, it was the spot straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. But do they still have all the same ledges, or is it?
You know
it's
what?
Not skatable anymore?
I haven't been in there in years.
I mean, these guys don't know about it, so it's kind of.
I think they remodeled the school. But
I know that the stage, it used to be dirt around the stage, and now they filled it in with concrete. Mm-hmm. Spanky just did a line there.
I was about to say that one too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they had tons of ledges, like real long ledges, short little like 8-footers, and then the benches came up like a high back with a planter on top. I remember like 1990, had to be like 94. I remember Richard Mulder came through and front nose slid the top of the planter. Like fools were like, what? And then that opened up a whole new thing. Like you could skate the top now. So we started waxing the top, and that was like, if you could 50-50 the top of the planter, you were ripping. You were gnarly for sure.
Dude, I love that, man.
Were you able to 50-50 the top?
Yeah, for sure. That's where I learned to like ollie trash cans standing up, like flat ground trash cans standing up, like all that,
Dang.
I missed that pop for sure.
Is there anywhere we could find footage of you skating the schools or not? Like what's high school?
I should have brought it. I have like some photos of me skating the high school, like 94, 95. And there's somebody, the homie Edwin, he used to film all of us back then. All of like the Fort Luckies and KI crew guys.
Shout out to
Edwin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Your brother he knew to document this stuff then, and you were documenting as well, or?
No, my brother got out. So my brother.
This was after then. This is all.
Yeah. My brother left when he was 21, and so I'd have been like 11, 12, okay. And home life was rowdy. So
skateboarding was your.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt. Like the 480. And knowing where to go in East LA and knowing where to go in West Covina, like the world was wide open back then, And my mom was very like, go here, be home by this time,
right, Right.
Call me and check in. but never like I had free reign. I was able
right.
to do whatever I wanted for the most part.
Yeah, I can go as far as I wanted as long as I can get back.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean. Like
Yeah.
if she had to come get me, that was she. I had to hear it on the way back. But yeah,
Yeah.
because we went out too long where the buses didn't run anymore. You're like, damn it. And then everybody's like, call your mom to come get us. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna hear it, but all right.
Hey, don't you guys think it's a trip that like when on our generation, or you guys are a little bit more like older heads, you know? But back then too, like when I was 14, like dude, we used to take the bus from La Puente all the way to Santa Monica Beach, and then like
100%.
You know, nowadays
Same.
like this generation, like their parents won't let them out, or kids won't even go. You know?
Nah.
No, it's too dangerous.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Right, but I mean, it was a different time, but I mean, it probably was as dangerous as it is now. It's just
I think just social media hyped the danger up more.
yeah, because you can see it in an instant. You know,
Yeah.
you can just click on everything that's going on, and then plus now people don't have shame anymore like they used to. They're just all out there, just doing whatever they want to do. You know, just stealing, doing whatever. You know.
Damn.
Not even hiding the fact that they're doing dope in the street. You're like, come on, man.
It's a great time to be a criminal and a doper, huh? These fools out here just living their best life, all loaded, wilding out, walking out of every store on camera. Just
I know, but
yeah.
man. All right. Are you goofy or are you regular?
I am regular.
Regular?
Yes.
How did you find out your stance when you were younger?
I think I always skated regular, and I remember like skating at the Sizzlers across the street from the mall in West Covina, and I remember learning switch ollies up the curb, and I was like, I learned how to nollie. And my homies were like, we'd even take the mag with us sometimes, like try and figure out how to do things that we seen sequences of.
Sequence, yeah. The pictures. Yeah.
And they're like, Dad, they're going forward when they nollie. I'm like, then what am I doing? Like switch olling. But I don't remember exactly when, but always skated regs.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I don't know that I pushed Mongo either. I don't remember pushing Mongo. I think because I started like kneeboarding. Mm-hmm. And so I always pushed with my right side. Yeah. So when I grew up or when I started standing up on a skateboard, I always pushed back foot.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even think about that. Could be in like, because all kids start on their knees, right? And
yeah.
And then I probably pushed with the Mongo leg first, and I didn't even realize it. And that's how it became my strong leg.
Are you left-handed? You skate goofy?
No, but I don't. I had to switch up my stance or my push now, but yeah. But at the time, I didn't even care. I was pushing goofy or Mongo, and I was like, so what? And then I started like really paying attention to my footage, and I'm like, yeah, this don't look so good. Like let's change it up.
I'm pretty sure my brother would have jammed me up, like if I was.
I mean, I was about to bring it up, like, because back then, in those days, there were things that you weren't supposed to do, you know, like pressure flips, and you know, like I was really good at doing fakie ollies off stuff, and my friend's like, dude, you should do nollie instead. I'm like, all right, but then so I lost the fakie, and I miss it now because fakies are sick, you know. It's like, oh, you feel like you got more control rolling backwards, and you're like, what?
Yeah, I was thinking about it yesterday, like. So like 87, 86, Hosoi Hammerhead. Mm-hmm. Second board was a Tony Hawk, the original one. And then it looked like a peanut. Uh-huh. And then third board was Alva Skates, Bill Danforth.
Okay.
So like I've been skating since the 80s. And then after that Alva board, I can't remember. There's a strange, peculiar blank spot, but then the next board I remember was like a Nodus Coppice 101, and it was like the barnyard board, mm-hmm. like super wide, like maybe like 10 inches, but it had a kick nose. Mm-hmm. You know, it was a popsicle stick, but square at the top, but just rounded on the corners, mm-hmm. and so that was like going into the early 90s.
I remember noses were kind of funky looking in the beginning. They were kind of like really wavy up a little bit. Like the short ones. I was like, dude, this is kind of weird. But Yeah, and then they just progressed,
and then like I almost feel like it went from like one summer boards were like 10 inches to like
775s.
Yeah, like crazy tiny.
I mean, my first board I think was pretty wide. But they were shaped more like football kind of shape-ish.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? The Plan B board that I got.
Yep.
But and then by the time I was skating blanks, they were skinny 775 popsicle sticks.
I remember putting like the OJ2 freestyle wheels on that Nautis board because I used to go to a skate shop in Alhambra called Skate and Stuff, I think it was.
Okay.
And it was like a bike shop and a skate shop. And I remember being like, dude, what? Like these big old rat bones that were like square on one side and flat. And then he was the dude told me, I wish I remember his name. Asian guy. He like molded some he like helped me out a lot when I was a little kid. Like, oh bro, you want to try these? Mm-hmm. And I remember him specifically like giving me those OJ2 freestyle wheels to put on that Nautis board. And I was like, dang, these are great, like little tiny wheels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember the wheels were getting tinier and tinier too at that time.
I got a pair of 42s in my truck right now on a board. I just set up a 7.5 girl board with like 42 inch or 42 millimeter. Tiny little.
I love that,
dude.
Who makes those? The 42s?
Girl.
Okay.
Girl. Yeah, we were at Girl the other day.
Sick.
I got my first box officially from Girl the other day for a job I did over there. It was dope.
See, shout out. I have a question about the 42 wheels. Doesn't that cause your bearings to pop faster or not? Because it's so tight.
Nah,
it's just
the bearings would explode because everybody was landing primo. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and dude, yeah, there's nothing to really protect it. But back in the 90s, like, the smaller the wheel, the better. Yeah, the more hyped you were.
Yeah, it was like we were all trying to show off. Like, look how small these wheels
are. Yeah.
You could barely get a graphic on it. Like, we were like, what?
Until you had to skate to your homies or skate home.
I mean, we had.
You're catching
that's
wreck.
The thing, too. We're skating chunky, like, street.
Yeah.
With tiny wheels. And, like, I could just imagine how hard we had to push back in the day just because of that. Like, it was ridiculous.
I remember I had a homie who got his, like, paper thin. We're like, dude, you're basically just on bearing.
Yeah.
I remember I kept just, every time I'd go over, be like, did they finish off it? Did, like, rip off?
We've had wheels crack before because they got to that point. Just crack right there. Boom. No bueno.
I remember, like, early 2000s when they were bringing out, like, the core wheels. And then, like, I don't know if you remember the Mohawk ones for Ali Bilala with the little spit in the middle.
Dude, the early 2000s was not around. Oh, yeah. I was not around like for a lot of years. I'd say from like 1999, 2000 till like 2008. Okay. I was far out. I was not on planet Earth. I was on a mission from God.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was in bad shape, bro. So, like, I missed that whole, like, early 2000s era of skateboarding.
I did, too, but not due to that. But, yeah. Like, yeah. I just stopped skating because everybody that I knew moved away or, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so you took a hiatus because
life,
obviously.
Yeah. Forced and, voluntary. I just... Let's see, in 1998, I graduated high school. I got in a fight with a guy. And I was getting jumped at a party, and this dude pulled a blanket out. I was, like, fighting this guy in the living room. And he pulled a blanket out I was standing on, and I laid my knee down. And I blew my knee out like that.
Ooh.
And, like, yeah, it was really bad. I remember, like, I wanted to die. It was awful. It was the most pain I had ever felt, and after that it was like a really hard, like, severe right turn in life. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know, like, I could go get surgery or an MRI. I was lost.
Right.
And so that basically was like I didn't know I was just going to go down this wild path in life.
Damn.
So from like 98, 99, all the way till like 2008, 2000. Basically, yeah, I started skating again really hard like in 2011 when I got home from prison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's when I met Vince at West Covina skate park. I remember I had just paroled, and my buddy Label and some OG heads from West Covina, we were all skating at Westco Park, and Vince was there, Justin Guillen was there, Craig Crean was there, and I just got introduced to them as the new homies from the area, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, just like, it just felt so good to be back home skateboarding, like out of trouble, out of like, finally like coherent, you know.
Did you get a board right away as soon as you got out?
The day I got out.
Okay.
My nephew already had something for me to roll around in.
That's cool.
Yeah, day one, I was like back to skateboarding.
That's cool, man, because I mean, things could go a different way if you didn't get on the board, I think.
Oh,
you know?
dude, yeah, absolutely.
These damn things save people's lives, man.
For real, my homie Silo, man, that's his go-to right there. Skateboarding really did save my life. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's several other things that played a huge part in my life,
mm-hmm.
but skateboarding has been with me since like 1987. And in all honesty, it has connected me to people and places that I never imagined I would have,
mm-hmm.
you know. And I think getting off drugs and getting my life together, you know, sobering up, and between that and skateboarding, I mean, I don't know I know exactly where I'd be if I hadn't found those things.
Right.
You know?
I mean, dude, I don't know what I'd be doing if I didn't pick up the board again. Well, I didn't even pick it up. My homie kind of said, I think you need to get back on the board, and he gifted me one, and I didn't know I needed it, and then when I got it on it, I was like, damn, I really needed this thing, you know? Not even knowing it.
Yeah,
but it changed my life.
We talk about it a lot, like what do regular people do? How do you find that it just blows my mind. Like, I land a no slide and I'm almost complete in my soul for the next 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or like it's baffling. And then I see people that are like just moseying on about life, and they're like concentrated on their career and their bills and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like think about it sometimes, like what is it that completes them the way, like, there's nothing that completes you the way like landing a trick does, or the way you feel when you're sliding or you're grinding, you know?
That's true too. Yeah.
That satisfying feeling, right?
Bro.
Of accomplishing
Dude,
something that looks that's kind of minor, but it's a big deal.
Or even that feeling of like you've been going back to the same spot for weeks,
Yeah.
a month.
Yep.
And that one day you finally landed, like,
Yeah.
it's just like, fuck.
Yeah. There's nothing like it. There really isn't.
I know. And then the feeling about how when you, like, the other day I landed a sick ass trick, of course, no camera on, you know. So I go to get the phone and get it. 2 hours go by, I can't get it again. And it's like I got it so simple the first time. And it's like, what the, and I'm beating myself up over it, like, and I try not to do that. I try to move on to the next thing, but I'm like, no, I want this. I want to post this today. Like, I just did it. What happened? But yeah, like that frustration that we get, and then maybe the next day you get it fast again. And you're like, what the heck, man? That was spending all that time yesterday.
You know what I also been learning, bro? Just like skateboarding for normal people, they just might seem like, then aren't you guys old to be like riding a piece of wood with toys? But they don't see and understand that it's our lifestyle. We've been doing it so long that's pretty much all we know.
Extension of you.
Yeah, it's exactly. You know, it's part of us, and like not just that, it's therapeutical. It's like it helps us. Like, how do you say it? Therapeutical.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said it right, but yeah, it's that, and it helps with like mental illness and all that. You know, me going through my situation with my moms and stuff. Like sometimes I feel alone. You know, and what I could think of is just going skateboarding, and it fills up that empty space I have. You know, inside of me, like. Dude, it's like you said, satisfying feeling, landing, whatever, and then like going out, meeting people, and dude, skateboarding brings all kinds of lessons, all kinds of beautiful things, you know? It's awesome being a skateboarder, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention that too, about like you don't even have to land tricks, just the camaraderie we get with the other skaters. It's just like,
oh man, there's nothing like it.
I was thinking that too when you said when people walking by, like unless they're all into boats or they're all into golf, like what are they talking about with their people? You know, it's like, because if they're just having to go to work and come home and do the same thing over and over again, that sucks. Kinda, you know?
I get that a lot, because I'm around a lot of people that, you know, they have changed their lives and they're professionals now, and they, you know, they career, family, etc. And that's beautiful. Like I wanted that, you know. I always wanted some kind of stability and some kind of like something that was gonna like provide for my family in a future and a good job and things like that. But that when I was chasing that, I had blown my knee out a second time.
Same one?
Like in 2000 and like 2012, 2013. I was telling Vince, like I worked at a shop around the corner right here, and every day it was like Carl's Jr., take a nap for lunch, eat a burger, go have 2 donuts and a coffee, extra creamer for breakfast, like trying to fill this hole I had in my soul because I couldn't skate with food. And then next thing I know, I turn around and I'm like 280 pounds, blown out, can't walk, you know what I'm saying?
And you got a bad knee.
Yeah, and I got a bad knee, and I can't go. I didn't know, you know, like the whole adulting thing, it just, man, I wish I would have paid attention more in school and like paid attention more to my folks so I could know about, oh, well, you don't have to have the best insurance in the world. You can always go down to, you know, General Hospital and get right. They'll help you, you know.
Help you, yeah.
And I didn't know any of that stuff, so I just suffered through it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until like 2018 I got a job. I got a job at Paramount Pictures. I'm a welder there.
Okay.
And I've been there since 2018. And they're like, hey, you need a bike. I was like, what? Like, yeah, you need a bike because Paramount Studios is massive. And you got to get around the lot to different tasks, various jobs you got to go do. So I started riding my bike every day, and I was like, bro, my knee's feeling better. Like, what? I honestly, dude, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was so depressed and miserable. And when my knee started feeling better, I was like, dude, I think I'm going to go roll around this weekend, you know? And then like my buddy Davey and my buddy Alien, they like tap in with me like, bro, are you mad at us? Or like, what's cracking? Where are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I can't do anything. Like my knee's blown out. Well, my buddy John Fitzgerald, he's gone through several surgeries, you know, and I remember him telling me like, bro, if you just diet and exercise, you don't have to get the surgery. You can just rehab like that. And so I started seeking, like my buddy Isaac is a plumber. And at the time he was mad healthy, like big, like chunksters, you know? And he met somebody that put him onto a diet plan and a workout plan. And so Isaac, my buddy Isaac, sent me the diet. And I was like, dude, I can roll around now. Like, I'm riding my bike. I'm going to get on my health tip. And before I knew it, I was skating again. And it was like, yeah, things just started falling into place.
Were you already sober at this time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been sober since September 2011.
2011, okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations, bro.
Man.
So proudly, man.
Oh, man, it's just what you're supposed to do, right? Keep it together.
Yeah.
Day by day.
Do you still get tempted at all? Or?
No, I'm blessed, bro. Like, honestly, I be around my family drinks and my homies drink and things. And nah, man.
I got the same way.
Because they got that I can go home type. Like that meant that we're like, okay, it's time to go home. Or I got responsibilities. Well,
they know how to turn it off.
Bro, I don't have no stop.
Yeah, I did.
It's bad. It's bad. So no, I don't
Yeah.
I don't get tempted anymore. I'm glad the obsession has been removed.
What about dreams? Do you still dream of like drinking and stuff?
Nah, man, I haven't. You know what? I honestly, I think I had a dream like that a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I woke up and I was like, dang, that was terrible.
You felt guilty.
Yeah, you wake up like.
yeah.
But you know what? Like I've had dreams. I remember being in prison and waking up to like the doors racking, and I was dreaming of being on the streets and being with my friends on the streets in a totally like free scenario.
Right.
And waking up and I still got years to do.
Damn.
And that'll give you a change of heart for sure.
For sure, man. I mean, you can go either way when you get locked up, man. You can either fall into the same old, and get worse, or you can be like, you know what, this isn't for me, man.
Yeah, I was a poser for sure. I was pretending to be a bald-headed mustache thug, and I'm definitely not, bro. You know what I mean? I started looking at myself like, what am I doing here? I'm a skateboarder.
Yeah.
Like what? How did I end up here? You know? And I think that had a lot to do with like changing my life, because, bro, you start pretending to be somebody you're not. You're gonna end up in those places that those people go.
Yeah, and they know how to handle themselves, or they for some reason they just live.
Yeah,
and you're the guy that gets the the bad side of it.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I had a few come to God moments in there, and yeah, I've been super blessed to be out and home and never had to go back.
Shout out to skateboarding, man.
And you got a good job going on, a career.
Yeah, man, I do.
Blessings.
I do. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Welding's another thing that really, like, I remember I didn't know how to weld, and I'm the one that installed the second bump to bar at West Covina High, or at West Covina Skate Park.
Okay.
Me and my buddy Jake, and I had to go ask my friend Jim, hey, can you weld this for me? And I was sparked. I was like, dude, I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's dope. And he makes like these robots and these crazy art, like this crazy art, and he welds metal, and I was just mesmerized by it. And then I ended up getting a job at a set shop out in North Hollywood, and I noticed that like all the carpenters would always get laid off, and the special effects guys and the metal guys, they always were busy. They were always tinkering on something in the back of the shop. Like they had their own section. Nobody really messed with them. And so I just made it my mission to learn how to weld. And so I'd go back there like every day. Hey, give me some metal. Let me melt some metal, And yeah, I got so sparked on it that I ended up putting myself through school, getting some certifications, and I ended up getting in the prop makers union.
That's what's up.
Shout out.
Yeah, man.
Sick.
That's amazing, dude. And still find time to skate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been blessed with some extended periods of time where I've been able to get some decent time on the skateboard for sure.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Man, dude. All right. What about what are your favorite things to skate then? Because I know we saw you on the Curb Warz.
I like everything. I like
everything.
As long as I'm skating, I'm good. It don't matter. I could go out with the Pawn guys. I could go out with Vince and the other homies. Like everybody skates it, everybody kills it, and they all do their own thing a little different. And if I'm there on any of the sessions, I'm just trying to look at whatever's around and
if you see
get
something.
it in,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it doesn't matter where we're at. I'm trying to have fun,
Mm-hmm. All right. And then you just said you got a box from Girl.
Oh, I just made a box.
Oh, you made a box.
I raided the warehouse, homie.
All right. We put it on Vince's account.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a concrete job a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, for out there at the warehouse, and
so they owed you something.
They blessed us.
Yeah,
I wasn't asking for nothing, but Rick blessed us, and that was a beautiful thing,
Isn't that like a child's dream, just to go into the warehouse and just like with the shopping cart get whatever you want? I will see that in ski videos and like, you know, be like, dude, I want to be like that guy.
Industry styles, just fucking 2 shopping carts full of products.
My homie Caesar was tripping out on me. He's like, bro, you're getting all those boards? I was like, yeah, dog, we ain't gonna get to do this again. Stack up, homie.
Now,
you know?
Did you pick boards to only skate, or did you pick any wall hangers in there?
Oh no, you know what? I did. I picked a wall hanger, and then I ended up setting it up.
Anyways,
it was that Mike York with his dad.
Oh yeah,
and
that's a good board.
Yeah. So I was like, dang, that's a dope wall hanger, but I just set it up. I was like, this would be dope to skate too. You know?
Man, I know that. Like I've been wanting to try that shape right there. That the heroin shape. Yeah, and I'm like, damn, but I don't want to take it off the wall. You know? So I'm trying to find the same thing.
The 8751.
I think so.
It's a small. Yeah, I skated that one a couple summers ago. It was super good.
It looks like a great shape.
Yeah, it rips. Frankie Villani's shape is similar to that one.
Okay.
And you could get those all day.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. But dude, shout out to Girl for hooking that up for you, man. Because that's like you said, that's a dream come true for just for a day even.
Shout out to Rick for trusting us with that concrete. You know what I'm saying? Because we went and skated the warehouse till like 2. And my boy Vince is like, we just started now. I was like, bro, it's 2 o'clock already. It's almost time to go. But you know, I'm a victim of like, bro, I live and die by that stupid clock. You know what I mean? It sucks. That's the adult part of me is like, oh, we got time. You know, is like I'm mindful of my time.
Right.
But we ended up banging it out, and it all came together. We were only there working on it for like 4 hours.
You just had to lay some concrete down, or build something.
We had to demo out some concrete and then do a repair job.
Okay. Yeah, I used to have to lay out concrete before back in the day, man. I don't miss it at all.
Oh, for real?
It gets heavy. I mean, because we'd have to lay out the rebar.
Yeah.
And then they could bring the trucks, and you're just pouring, and the guys are, you know.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of work.
Like at the construction sites.
Yeah.
The foundation of houses, dude, like on hot summer.
I was the guy having to take out the concrete, though, when they
oh dang,
yeah, and then put them in wheelbarrows and take them out. That was the hard part.
Yeah, I think that was I've been in the construction trade since I was like 15, and so I got a lot of experience. Like my brother's been a foreman and a superintendent, and now he's the lead operating engineer for Caltrans downtown. But I've always been around construction, man, and so. Like the laborer part of it, I was like, dude, I have to do this so I can learn how to become a carpenter and a finisher, you know, and you
good trades to know.
You just had to, you had to be a grunt. You just had to, and I just was like, dude, I'm just gonna be the best laborer grunt. Scumbag worker I could be.
Sometimes it's best to start from the bottom because you get to know everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a lot of people call me up for, everything from Formica countertops to foam carve. I mean, I do everything. It's crazy. I've been blessed to learn a ton of things, and there's not very many things that I can't put my mind to and create.
And nowadays, YouTube University will show you most of it.
Dude, know? that blows my mind, bro.
You know,
that's crazy that people that exists now.
Yeah, dude, we couldn't do that,
dude.
Whatever how-to video you're looking for, it'll come up on YouTube.
Yeah.
No, I mean
it's wild.
Back in the day, taking apart a VCR and putting it back to get the tape because it got stuck, and you take it out and then put it back together, and it still worked. And there's no instructions on that. You know what I mean? Damn. But that's cool, man. Dude, shout out to all the traits that you learned too, because like I was saying, like you get your own pad or you need to work on something, you don't have to hire somebody. You got it. You can do it yourself.
And then side jobs too.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit of like floor polishing and epoxy.
Yep.
Dude, my brother-in-law's brother hit me up for a job, but I wasn't really experienced, so I gave it to my foreman. Just like that, in 3 hours, 2 days, made like 2 G's or 3 G's.
Yeah, man.
Good money. Heck yeah. All right, let's get into do you want to travel anywhere to skate?
Damn, I mean, I've never really gone traveling to skate, honestly. I mean, nope. I've been to New York in the last few years. I'd love to go back there and roll around. Yeah, but mostly I don't, like, we go on vacation and I don't really take my skateboard with me. Yeah, I haven't really been sparked to like go explore other places to skate. Okay. Just because I'm a real homebody type cat, like, yeah, bro, because I spent so much time like out on the streets and running amok that I work my ass off for everything that I have now, and I enjoy my home. Yes. Like, everything. I enjoy being at home with my wife and holding it down and kicking it and going and doing things with my wife outside of skateboarding.
I love that because I see people on the street, man, when I'm in a hurry to get home, because I love to be home too. Yeah. And I see them just taking their time. I go, they must hate their home life, man. What the hell are you taking so long? Let's go. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's good that you love your home life, man. That's everything.
Yeah, I haven't really experienced like going out of state or out of the country to go skateboarding.
Just to skate?
Yeah.
Okay. If there was a place you could go, where would you want to go?
I mean, I'd love to go skate New York. I've skated like San Francisco a little bit. Okay. I mean, anywhere.
Anywhere that the homies are going.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as I'm with the crew or one or two cats, like, it don't matter where we're at. I'm hyped. I'm trying to go skate Mike Anderson's ranch. That's what I'm trying to do. We've been trying to plan that for like a couple years now.
Where's that at?
I think it's like out the other county, like Ventura.
Okay.
Yeah. That looks like a fun place, and they got a DIY out there too. I want to go skate.
Yeah. I feel like you guys are more like the DIY types too, like, you know what I mean? Because you guys always, like you said, messing with concrete, building stuff.
Yeah. I mean, me and Vince have been I've been doing concrete with Vince for the last 3 years. Ooh. And it's probably been like the most fulfilling experience of my life, to be honest.
Dude. Building your own spot.
Yeah, a couple years ago I was in bad shape. I had cancer and whatever. I was going through chemo, and my mom passed, and right at the same time I was going through all that, my homie Kanan was like, he hit me up like, hey, Vince said it was cool to come through to the spot. I was trying to find this DIY that they were working on.
Is that the one with the chimney? Yeah, that's the one, right?
Yeah. Top secret skate paradise.
Never got to go there.
And I had been asking for like a year, honestly. So it kicked off during COVID or what? Like right after? Yeah. So I had been hitting him up, and Kanan wouldn't give me the spot. And then like they thought that it was gonna get torn down. So they were having a blowout party there one day.
They're like, okay.
And they hit me up like, hey, you want to pull up? So I was like, dude, yes. And I went, and it was like just like family right there. Like I had never, like I was part of the family straight up. And I just mentioned like, hey dog, I could build anything, like if you got anything coming up or you want help, hit me up. And then like maybe a week later, Vince hits me up like, what's up, bro? We got this project going on for Dickies. I was wondering if you were interested in doing some concrete work. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, without a doubt. And it just blossomed from there. That's amazing. I mean, I had been building spots here and there. Like I said, I did the flat bar at West Covina Skate Park, and like, couple barrier spots here and there that got torn out. So it was just like, I don't know, it was like the right time, and I was at a low spot in my life, and I don't know, we connected like Voltron, it seems like. And we've been rolling ever since. Like me, Vince, like the whole crew of dudes, that Sad, Silo, Justin, Tomas, we all do our part to like bless skateboarding with spots. You know what I mean?
And bless us because you guys build those spots and we get to see Vince come out in parts, Dickie parts, and all that stuff. And
hey, the channel gaps in downtown, the 2 quarter pipes on the graffiti barriers. I mean, people were coming from all over the world skating those spots, right? The 2 barriers right there.
That's the one with the city in the background.
Yeah,
right?
We got to skate that.
Yeah,
right next to El Pato.
Yeah. People were.
I mean, their tricks were going down on that thing.
Heavy stuff. Niels did that. What did he do? Like hard flip revert or something, or kick flip fakie. Oh man, child. Everybody. Corey Kennedy skated it. I was tripping that day.
They were even gapping it too, like from barrier to barrier.
Rick McCrank, gap to lip slide.
Damn.
Crazy.
Dude, McCrank, huh?
Dude, heavy stuff. Yeah, for real.
That's so sick. I mean, what made it, not only was it the great spot, but the scenic part about it.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes, exactly. Location.
Location, man. That's everything.
I have a question about that. So when you guys find a spot and you guys bring all the concrete and stuff, do you guys worry about cops busting you guys or getting tickets, or what's you guys like in their minds?
Never. We wear that
the vest,
urban cloak of invisibility right there, homie.
So make you guys look like workers, right?
That orange vest,
so cops,
bro.
No cops ever run into you guys or nothing like that?
Cones and stuff.
We've never been jammed up.
Nice.
I mean, without a doubt, we've been super blessed to we've never been jammed up. The only thing we've had is just recently we've been asked to leave a spot a couple of times by the cops, but nothing crazy.
Not from pouring, right? But just from skating.
Just from skating, just from having a bunch of heads at the spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the best way to keep it low key, right? With the vest, pretend you guys are working for some company. or something.
We ain't pretending.
Yeah, you make the spot. You make the spot low key, right? You guys go with your little work crew.
Yeah.
And then once it's ready, then you bring the crew in and everybody hit it. You know.
Yeah.
You don't have them while waiting for it to dry. You know.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. There's nothing like finding a spot, building it, and then falling back and watching the magic happen.
Right.
You know.
Well, if you guys want to build some more stuff underneath the Rosecrans, right here down the street, we would love that.
We just drove by there, and there's, what do you call it right there? Oh, you're talking about Rosecrans Ditch up the street?
Ditch, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were right there on Telegraph right now.
Okay.
Underneath the train tracks.
Yeah. Oh, I think
there's like a little tombstone right there.
Somebody said that they put some concrete there too.
Yeah, we had
like a roll up.
We had 4-foot quarter pipes on either side.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we left one in the bushes right there. It was too broken up after the session, so we just pushed it into the bush. It's still there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just skated Rosecrans. I love that spot.
Yeah.
Dude, how you're talking about the Westco bump to bar that you made? I made a replica of the exact old one.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't found... Because my original plan was I wanted to drill holes into the cement.
Yeah,
and cement it.
Yeah.
But I haven't found anyone to help me with it. And then I need someone to help me transport it from where I have it at. Because it's bigger than my car. The whole, because it has the handrail part and I made it longer. I made it.
So you made it so it goes down the stairs too?
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah. How it used to be, but I made the actual the flap part. I made that longer. It's 6 feet long. So you can get on there and actually sit on a trick for longer.
Yeah, I think how we did it was we put steel plates on the bottom of the rail and then just
anchored it in.
I
remember that.
And then the city came and cut it out. Haters.
I know, man. It's so crazy because it actually used to have one before.
Yeah.
And you replaced it.
But the bikers destroyed it though.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the lights? The lights, they fixed the lights, so the lights are back on.
Oh, at Westco?
Yeah.
Well, the homie was telling me this month they're shutting the park down for a month.
Yeah, they're gonna do like a remodel or something. I seen some post. My buddy Jesus just sent me that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping we get LED lights or something.
Dude. Get the Westco nights back.
Yeah.
That was rad. I remember I caught like the tail end of that. What year was that? Like maybe 2003 or something like that.
Nah.
Where it was lit up a lot.
Because
maybe 2004, 2005.
Maybe your guys' era, but for us it was like 2007, 2008,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because
2006.
I've been there since 04.
Yeah.
And the orange lights, though, right? Because I remember, like, back then, the lights were bright.
Yeah. And then for our, they were like a greenish tint, so it looked like you were always in an America video.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It was, like, dark, but, like, a lot of shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try not to be right there when it gets dark.
Yeah, the shadows can really throw you off, man. Or like being in a park and you're in mid-air while the lights shut off on you.
I think at that point you learn to just trust your skateboard and your trick, and you're just like, fuck it. As long as I feel grip tape hit my feet, I'm just gonna stick
let's
it.
go. Yeah, it's like Tom Penny, right? The lights go out, you still hear him landing tricks in the dark.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into local skate shop.
Pawnshop Skate Shop.
That's why I wore the shirt today.
I've been blessed to be part of their family, man, for real. I've been hanging out there since like 2013, 2012.
Okay.
Just happened to meet Anthony, the owner, and his wife, and my wife are close friends. And I was kind of like being an adult, not really skateboarding, trying to find my way in life and like get a job. I had just recently got married, and my wife met Anthony's wife, and they hit it off. And Anthony was like, "Yeah, whatever, come by the skate shop," and that basically got me like back into skating quite a bit.
Okay.
And then I used to like take the shop van once in a while on weekends and do like a park hopper thing when like little Joe Campos was a little kid, Elias, Jonathan Cyberling.
Taking all the little groms out.
Yeah, I would take them to the skate parks and stuff, and it was rad. It was like a super sick time to see all them kids. And now I'm in a group chat with them, and they're
all rippers now.
Joe just got put on Violet, Supreme.
Okay.
Their lives have, changed dramatically. They're all grown up, and it's a beautiful thing to be part of.
Right. And that they stuck with it too.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Because like sometimes that's all these kids need, man. That support, from a skate shop, from a homie, from anybody that just shows them love. And it could take them a long way, man. Yeah,
I was super blessed to like that Anthony trusted me to like take the van out on the weekends and like cruise around and take the kids skating, and that the kids' parents were cool with it too, And like obviously I'm a little bit older, I don't have kids, so to see somebody like that,
it's
right. It could go either way,
Because if it wasn't for the skateboard, there's no way.
Yeah,
like who's this fool? Who's this guy trying to take my kids to the park?
Yeah,
nah. Sounds a little iffy to me.
Yeah,
my bad. I have a question. Did you ever ride for utility?
Nah. So when all that stuff happened, like in the 90s, when my friend skated for Outhouse, which was pre-utility. And then Outhouse closed down. Well, when my friends went to skate for Outhouse, I had like I just didn't think I was good enough, or I didn't try and get on the team with them. And my friend Damon in high school, his parents like opened up a little warehouse. Like they were selling skateboards and blank decks, blank wheels and stuff. And my buddy Damon was like, "Bro, you could just get boards from my mom and dad and skate for us." And I was like, I'm down. Nobody at Outhouse asked me to skate for them. And I don't know, I've always been just a little bit outside of the circle. So like when my boys were like going to try and get on Outhouse, I wasn't going with them, and like I wasn't trying to like make myself known or obviously every skateboarder's dream is to go pro.
Right.
Well, I just remember like this summer, I think I was 15. And that summer they all were going to start skating Castle and skating under Outhouse, like sponsored Outhouse. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I'll just skate sponsored. And I forget the name of they owned a mini blinds company, but they also bought skate product. Uh-huh. And I was like, I'll just enter Castle under the shop, under them.
Yeah.
And so that's how I, when I started skating Castle, that's what it was. And then Outhouse closed down, and a few of the homies kept skating for utility. And then some of the dudes went to active. Mm-hmm. And I remember like my homie Chuck, my homie Paul, rest in peace. Like my homie Carlos Dune, a lot of dudes, like they went and they were either skating for active or working at active. And yeah, I missed the whole utility skateboard thing. And like Cody's Courtyard and like all the little skate park they would do like at the church over there in Covina. I was on my own thing. I was already caught up in some other shit.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, but shout out to Pawn, dude. Did you shop there before you got
before I started kicking it with them?
Or did you meet them first?
No, I had gone over there and I bought a board from my homie Jake Running, who ran Pawnshop for like the first several years, like during the day. Him and his wife Sarah, mm-hmm. They were like the OG counter people. And yeah, I remember Jake set me up like Indy 159s, an 825 board, and that's how it started. Like it just got my ball rolling again.
That's so cool. I love that you remember that too, like coming back to skating.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
it just.
I remember buying like, finally I could finally buy a graphic board. I got the money now to buy whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And then I buy it and I'm like, I can't even skate it now. I'm like, just go get a blank board because now I want to keep it. So then I became a collector. Man.
Yeah, the skateboarding, like the early pawn shop days was super sick. Like we'd all kick it in the couch, on the couch and in the shop. And then they had the ramp in the back. Mm. And I'm sure they were like, who is this dude? Like, I'm just some random cat that's friends with the mm-hmm. with the owner or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to skate just the same as all of them, And that's been like the piece of glue that connects all of us, And it just kept going, Mm-hmm. I've just been lucky enough to be like rolling with them and able to go to that shop and like be friends with those people.
That's how I feel about skateboarding. With like I met these guys and I became friends with them. I kind of wiggled my way into their group, you know, but luckily they thought I was cool enough to hang out, because I mean all of us is like, we, like you said earlier, like everybody's like, who the hell is this guy? Like that's how I think people see me, who the hell is this guy? And then you got to skate and they go, oh, he's actually kind of good. All right, let's give him a chance. And that's how I feel like people break it down, but people probably don't even care. They're like, "Who? Yeah, you're cool, dude. What up? We know you."
Yeah, but skateboarding is way, way more
different now than it was.
Welcoming now.
Yes, yeah. Back then, you like
in the '90s, you were hated on. Fools let it be known, like, oh, you're from the IE, or oh, you're from over here. Or,
hey, homie, I don't want to see you doing my trick, homie.
Oh yeah. Like it was very, very strange, very territorial. Like
yeah, man.
I'm always been like a little bit like of like a high water pants kind of guy, just because I've always been a chubby dude. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I always cut my pants short. And I remember like in the '90s, my homies would be like, "Oh yeah, like I'm trying to skate for Girl and Chocolate and." Oh, I'm trying to do this and that. And they'd be like, Jeff, you got to go to Foundation, bro. Like
with those high
water pants and Converse. I was like, dude, the puffy shoe thing was wild to me.
Yeah.
Like the puffy shoe thing tripped me out,
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that. Yeah, we wore the high waters too, and I was like, man, people, where's the flood? All that stupid, like, come on, man.
It was just for me. It was just because I was so short and chubby, and my pants would always drag. So my mother, my stepmom is a seamstress.
Yeah.
And she'd be like,
just hemmed them up higher.
I'm not hemming your pants above your shoe. I'm like, please, just
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Our pants would drag like on the floor. That's
big
why,
time.
but that's why I wear puffy shoes too, because I wear the Ben Davis, and they're pretty wide at the bottom. So
if I came home like that, like running baggy pants like that, like because my family's a bunch of gang members and troublemakers, and my mom was not gonna
let that
so she right away she'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, the first time I shaved my head, she was like, "Oh hell no."
My friend Tim Kruger, rest in peace, he skated West Covina, and I think it was like 1995. I had hair like down to here, and my mom lived in, I think my mom was living in Ontario at the time, and she was coming down to pick me up, and my boy Timmy was like shaving my head, and my mom pulled up.
Oh.
She's like, "What? No." I just remember her yelling at me. I'm like, "I gotta finish it."
Yeah.
And she was pissed about having to come from Ontario to pick me up. She was pissed about my head being shaved. And she was pissed that she had to wait for me to get it done.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So she punished me. She ended up making me grow my hair long. And when I got, like when you do your senior, like most likely to succeed, I got best hair.
Oh.
Class of 98. So whack.
Not now. Now that you're older, that's awesome. But at the time, maybe.
Yeah, at the time, I was like, what?
My hair wouldn't stay flat. Like, I tried to, comb it back and everything, and it was just so embarrassing. It would just pop up like a pompadour. So, I mean, it just, I didn't like it. So, even people said, well, you do look better with your head shaved. But at the time, it was like only gangsters did that, and troublemakers. So,
yeah, I have an express order from my wife to not shave my head.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to shave my head. I'm not allowed to shave my head. I'm not allowed to talk about prison. There's certain things. I'm not allowed to talk about skateboarding after 5.
After 5?
No skate videos either?
Yeah, no skate videos
Nothing
after
skateboarding.
5.
Yeah, that's funny. I hope my lady don't hear that. She's going to put those restrictions on me too. Sometimes the 9 Club comes on, she comes in, she's like,
oh, Melissa likes the 9 Club.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, she likes the 9 Club. It's cool.
She's like, and then she'll tell me too, because she knows I have Dron's number. She's like, can you call him and tell him to let's cut it short tonight? I'm like, I'm not gonna.
You're tripping.
While they're live, like, nah. So.
Hey, can we pause for a second?
Yeah, dude, let's take a break. Yeah. All right, we'll be right back. And we're back. All righty. All right, since we're kind of talking a little bit off of camera, some of your hobbies off the board?
Oh, yeah, I ride bikes. I build bikes.
Build bikes?
Yeah, I build like old 80s race BMX bikes and like fixed gear. I do fixed gear bikes. I like to build fixed gears and anything from like 1979 to like 1986, kind of like the golden era of like BMX racing.
Okay.
And
do you build them to collect them, or you build them to like resell them?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah, both. I have. Yeah, I mean, they ain't making any more of those things. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Anything
you gotta have parts and stuff. Like,
yeah, anything made in Japan and made in America, I'm all about it.
Okay.
So like old 80s mongooses, power lights, Race Incorporated.
I used to have a red line back in the day.
Yeah, like old red line stuff, single pinch cranks, things like that. I just learned from my cousin Paul. When I got out of prison back in 2011, he was like doing a lot of these like bike rides. Mm-hmm. Like the big BMX stuff was coming out, and he was doing a lot of those rides. And he was like, "Bro, get a bike, like come out with us, you know." And so I got a bike, and then Joe Campos' dad, Robert, is a friend from the area, like, and we used to go skate the mini ramp in Joe's backyard. And I remember meeting his dad, and his dad had a bunch of old BMX bikes, and I was like, dang, this is dope. Like the bikes that you would hear about or you could only see them if you went to the racetrack. And I miss like the heyday of like, because our area, like Azusa, West Covina, they're famous because Jim Melton Cycles, JMC, was in Azusa.
Okay.
And that's basically like, that's like the holy grail of BMX bikes. Like
that's kind of like a skate shop, but for bikes or something. Or
he was a welding shop.
A welding shop.
And he just made the sickest, fastest, lightest bikes back in the 80s. And so if you could get your hands on one, or you know any of your homies' dads, and they got a JMC lying around, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, just anything. I mean, for a while there, I was collecting like antique, like creepers, you know, for mechanics creepers. Because I don't know if you guys know, but that's where Jeepers Creepers comes from.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a mechanics creeper that you slide under the car,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And the company was Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, that's cool.
I have one.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, trip. That's where it came from.
That's cool.
But yeah, like, anything from like 79 to like 86, probably find something in my.
That's so cool, dude.
I got like 13 bikes in the garage. I was going to ask
you how many bikes you have.
Yeah, I got a lot of bicycles.
Do you still go out riding at all?
Yeah, constantly. All
cool.
the time, once or twice a week, actually.
Now, I don't know if you ever heard this, but like Be Real, they used to do like they used to have like ride-alongs, like at nighttime. They'd go from like Santa Monica to somewhere, you know, like they cruise the city. I mean, a gang of people.
Yeah. There's a bike ride, like the 4130 Subway Series.
Okay.
Which is like, we usually drive out to downtown, park right there in Olvera Street, and then take the train up to Hollywood and Highland. And then
ride back to your car.
There'll be hundreds of cats, like just smashing on old bikes, new bikes, rare bikes, you know. Yeah. And then, Joe's dad actually sold me my first like super collectible BMX cruiser, and me and him built it up, and then I won this like big BMX build off at Whittier Narrows.
Oh, sick.
At the BMX track up there.
Also, you get to show them off too.
Oh yeah.
That's
like
cool.
Like this ain't no middle of the mall shit. Like,
okay.
Like you ain't just gonna see these floating around, you know.
Yeah.
Frank's up the street. Frank's Bikes.
Okay.
Yeah, down, like I think it's by Puffin Taco or something.
Oh, Puffy Tacos?
Yeah, right here. He's got a nice collection of stuff too.
Yeah. I'm not really into bikes, but when I was a kid, when that movie Rad came out, it was. Yeah. You know? Yep. So I remember always wanting the cool race bikes, the BMX.
Yeah. Or like Elliot and his homies in E.T. Like the Kuwahara, like that bike is a Kuwahara from Japan, the red and white one with the basket on it.
Yeah.
Like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I ended up building that bike, and then I won that show. And Joe's dad was like, "Fool, sell you a bike and then you build it and beat me in the show? What's up with that, you know?" But yeah, Joe Campo's dad's like one of my best homeboys, and I bounce a lot of ideas off of that dude.
That's when your apprentice becomes the master. Yep. Dude, that's so cool. Now, like for me, like I remember like always wanting those old school like lowrider bikes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean?
Yep.
But Schwinn's were always cool back in the day for us. Like as a collectible.
Schwinn is like they were always like late to the game when it came to like racing. Schwinn's been around since the
I feel like
early
that's more
1900s,
like a cruiser,
but it's like a traveler or a commuter style bike company. But they did make this one in 1980. It came out with this bike called the Schwinn King Sting. And it's like a bigger 26-inch BMX bike. And so I got one of those. And it's just like part of like, it's the hunt.
Right.
It's finding a part that goes to that bike that was built way back then, you know? Or like hunting down photos of a bike build, of a bike, and then, you know, going to the ends of the earth to find that one part. you know, that's pretty satisfying. And then,
Dude,
you know,
that's crazy.
the final product is
Did you,
obviously.
did you ever watch like American Pickers and you're like, oh damn, that's the part I need?
Yeah. That dude, what's his name? Mike Wolf.
Yeah.
He's a big time like cycle
biker,
collector. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves to collect those old school bikes, man.
And then like Cardiel, like several years ago, like I think Cardiel was even building bikes to sell. And like they always have been like, dude, you see those dudes from up north and they like, there's a video of like Julian Stranger, John Cardiel, and they ride from like San Francisco down the coast into the mountains. It's a sick video, dude. And just like, yeah, anything with two wheels, like
That's cool.
Like rare.
Yeah, I felt like I guess because maybe the 90s made us feel like we couldn't even look at bikes. You know what I mean? We're like, you know what I mean? We're skaters. We're like,
exactly.
You know, and but I remember I had a homie that would roll up to the spots on his BMX or his beach cruiser, and he had modified some handlebars so he could just put his skateboard on the handlebars, and he'd cruise up all chilling, and then he'd skate with us. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, for sure. I'll take my bike to the skate park sometimes, or like ride up to Covina Park on my bike and just whatever, tap in with the homies and stuff. But it's super good for like my knee, which is really why I started like riding a lot, was because my knee was blown out, and I didn't know about like I didn't think about trying to get surgery and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I needed surgery as well when I tweaked my knee one time, but then like I was overweight and stuff like that. And when I put the beer down, I lost all the weight and like my knee just got better because like I was just. But I do want to get like a stationary bike or a bike to ride because I do want that momentum and that.
Dude, it's so good. Legs. It's like super good for you.
Yeah.
And then like I live up on like Citrus and Badillo up there. I live like right around the corner from the pawn shop.
Okay.
And I'll jump on my bike and jam like all the way down to Peck Road and Ramona, and just make a U-turn and come right back like quick 13-mile ride real quick. You know what I mean?
Quick 13 miles.
And dude, you feel great afterwards.
Yeah.
For real.
Dude,
I bet.
I might have to hit you up, see if you can get my bike going. Cause
that's the other thing too. Like a lot of people have come through and like had me work on their bike or fix their bike. It's
You
just
don't mind?
Nah, it's just something that I
just want to make sure.
I just happen to like. I have an abundance of parts and I got a bike stand and stuff, so I work on friends' bikes and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is that like a side hustle or just for fun?
Nah, just
hobby.
Yeah, just a straight up hobby. Like, like when I was going through chemo and stuff, like I couldn't be out, you know, a lot. And then like it was during COVID when I was kind of going through 2021. And so I was just held up in my garage, like building bikes and stuff. Now,
did you beat the cancer?
We're 3 years deep.
Okay.
And so far, so
what
good.
do they call it? Remission or?
Yeah. So you got 5 years to be remissed.
Okay.
And I'm on year 3. Okay. And then in September will be year 4.
Okay.
And then I have one more doctor. I have 2 more doctor's appointments. One this September, and then one more the following September, and I'll be considered in remission.
How did you find out that?
I was skating a lot, and I was trying to get my health back because I told you I had blown up to super big. So I was trying to I was dieting, exercising, doing all the stuff right. And you know the keyhole at La Puente Park?
Yeah.
I was like going over the keyhole, and I had my hood on, and I stepped off, and I stepped through the keyhole and fell backwards. I got buckled from way up there, and my back went out, and I was like, dude, so I start like going to acupuncture, going to the chiropractor, getting cupping, doing yoga, all this stuff. And for like 10 months, it wasn't getting better. And so I mentioned it to my mom, and she was like, well, you got that good insurance.
Right.
Why don't you, go
try it out?
go see if you could get an MRI. And I got an MRI, and they say, hey, you have severe bulging discs, and that's why but we found something else.
Wow.
And you need to come in immediately. And it ended up being like 3rd stage advanced kidney cancer. Yeah, it's crazy.
So that fall was like a blessing in disguise, man.
Yep. And my mom being like, go get an MRI, fool. You got good insurance, you know?
Shit. I mean, thank God that you found it early.
Yeah.
Right? But and scary at the same time too, but man.
Yep. It was wild.
So there was no symptoms, nothing? Like the
Dude,
body?
I had a backache for 10 months.
Right.
Well, what I thought was my bulging discs or from that fall, it ended up being that my kidney was full of cancer.
Damn.
My right kidney. So when they told me like...
Do you had to take your kidney out?
So they saw like a 1-inch tumor in the MRI. And then when they went to take the tumor out, they cut like a 1/2 inch extra.
Right. So, yeah.
Well, my whole kidney was bad. My whole right kidney was full of cancer. So they just had they call it like a radical nephrectomy, where like they just, in an emergency, they remove your kidney. Mm-hmm. But no, we're good. We're good. That honestly, that cancer scare was it saved my life.
Right.
It's probably the greatest thing that's happened to me.
That fall.
Yeah, that tragedy turned into positivity, you know, because through that I was able to connect with Vince and the Dickies guys, and like, yeah, like it basically opened up a whole new chapter in my life.
I mean, especially when you, like, I think sometimes, people go through that when they have like that scare that could have been like, this could have been it. Like, and now they just like, every day's a blessing. I'm going to treat it that way.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. It changed like the way that I treat you, the way that I interact with people. Before I used to walk around with my chest puffed out and a frown on my face, like act like a dick on purpose, because I don't have the social skills to connect with you on like a how you doing type level. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was before I got sick. Then after I got sick and I got this second chance at life or whatever, like that's basically, yeah. And these dudes tapped me in to like help out with the project and through skateboarding, I was able to meet some other cats and these dudes become, like my spiritual advisors and like my go-to humans for like life questions, like my buddy Richard and Lance, like I'm super blessed to like have these humans in my life that I didn't know that walking around with my chest puffed out and frowning was not the key to success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like getting sick and almost losing it was like, helped me realize that like, it's way easier to smile and like put my hand out and like try and connect with you than it is to walk around like an asshole all the time and like be unapproachable. Right. Because you know what happens when you're like that? Nobody approaches you.
Right.
Everybody looks at you like you're an asshole.
I mean, I could see like if you could probably be a little intimidating, but if you're like just chilling, skating, and smiling, then people are not gonna be afraid to come and say hello at least.
Yeah, and then like the other thing was too, like I'll meet somebody for the first time and I'll like shake their hand. I'll give them a hug, and like I just want to be welcoming and I just want to connect with you, to be honest.
Yeah.
And before I was scared I was scared of what you thought of me, right, or what your perception of me was, and now it's like I'm just trying to be on the same level as you. I just want you to be successful and happy, and go about your business and be cool with me, and the same for me. Like
yeah,
I just want everybody to be to feel good after they when we meet. I want somebody to have a good feeling,
right?
Instead of like,
yeah, they walk away with a positive,
like that vibe, fool was whack.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I mean, that's thank God that you're good right now.
Yeah, I am. I'm super grateful.
You got that eye-opening experience. You're treating people with respect and love, and that's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, man, like growing up, I thought too, like, we're always trying to be hard and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, that's how it was. Don't smile in pictures. Like,
Exactly.
God, how many photos I got that are just like,
Hmm?
you know?
Too cool for the crew.
Too cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, it's not like that no more, thank God.
Or like when we were younger, we thought like flipping off the camera was cool. But now like we're older, we go
Still
back
kinda
looking
cool.
at pictures and like, I'm glad I didn't do that, bro. You know, like.
Depending what kind of photo it's for. For a family photo, nah, you don't want to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like, you're at Christmas, you're like, what? Nah, you don't want that. But like, you know, ad or something. I don't know. Depending what it's for. But yeah, dude.
Yeah, super grateful to be coming close to the other side of that. It was scary for a bit.
I bet, man. I you know, and then the positivity on the other side that you came out of, because I mean, some people can look at this as like this is it, this is the end now, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want to go down that road.
Yep. We didn't even give it any thought, to be honest. Like we got sick, and I say we, right, because my tia Nora, like there was some times where it was getting dicey between like me and my wife, where I'm like, you don't get it, you don't understand, we're butting heads. And my tia Nora, she had cancer. She's a survivor. And I remember she called me one time and she's like, hey, it's not just you. Like Melissa's sick with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You guys are going through this together. So stop trying to separate yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, it's we, you know? And there was a time where it was dicey, bro, where I was like losing my mind almost. Like I didn't know what was going to happen with me. And it just, yeah, man, it's super cool to be out of the woods
really,
so far.
It really tests you as a human, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like I said, it could have went either way. You could have ruined relationships over it and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then got out of it and you're like, oh, no, what did I do? You know? And, you know, or that bad mentality could just make you, I don't know, I think the brain could keep you sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what it was. Me and my wife say it all the time. Like, we didn't give no negativity to the diagnosis.
Right.
And we didn't give it no energy, and we just, oh, this is what's going on. Well, these are the things that we got to do to fix it. And, you know, we made like I went from eating French fries and double cheeseburgers and Del Taco every day to like hardcore like juicing and veggies and counting out, you know, making just on my health shit, you know, and dude, that really, like,
I'm sure it helps,
you know,
too.
it really helped. It really
the garbage
changed.
that we, like you said, all that fast food and stuff like that, you know.
Yep.
It's not healthy for us, man.
Yeah.
I really hope that it changes in the future, because, you know, like a lot of states, like or out of the country, I should say, they have these regulations where they can't use that kind of crap in the
Yeah,
foods
my
that
buddy
we do.
Rich was telling me yesterday, like I forgot where he was saying, but people in like Ireland or they're like their meat, everything is non-GMO already, like off the top. You know, there isn't no
geo yeah, whatever.
Genetically modified?
Yeah,
there's
modified.
that stuff's banned in other countries, and in America it's like they're just putting it in everything to kill us off, or I don't know what the deal is, to keep the meat better longer, but
yeah, no,
I don't know, man.
Population
like bread used to spoil fast. Now bread lasts forever.
Right,
Like, what
right.
the hell? Like,
Straight
we used
up.
to have moldy bread like in a week, and now it just lasts for 3-4 weeks. You're like, should I even eat this? This is what? You know? But all right, man. But thank God that you're good, man. And 2 more years, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little less.
A little less, okay. But that's amazing, dude.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I hope everything goes well, man, with the the treatment and everything. Man.
We're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
We're done with the treatment now.
Yeah.
It's just about maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
That's what I'm
right.
saying.
That's the best, man.
Now, my next question is going to be, are you going to be filming or working on any projects?
Yeah, so we have a Pawn video coming up. I'm trying to get some footage for that.
Ooh.
We just finished a little Spitfire edit, and then like the last few years have just been out with Vince, and the Dickies homies, and like getting clips whenever I can with them, or out with the dudes from Pawn and getting a clip here and there. I never been like chasing it like that, like trying to film a whole part. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have a little bit on Instagram that, you know, one of the guys from the Pawn put a bunch of phone clips together for me, and some video clips.
Just put your clips into a part.
Yeah. And
which is always cool.
Yeah, I think for this upcoming Pawn video, I think I'm just gonna try and do a whole part
just for yourself.
Yeah. Just whenever the camera comes out, you know.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, a minute or two. That's all you need, right? I mean, and then you'll be part of that video forever.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a dream for me, man, to be part of some video that I didn't make.
I got a clip in the Dickies video.
Yeah,
that was crazy. That was wild to me. I couldn't believe that, you know.
And then, like I said, like you and Vince got to play the Curb Warz together. That was a fun watch as well.
Yeah, that was wild to be asked to do that.
If y'all haven't seen it, please go check it out. Because I'm not gonna spoil it. Who won?
How did that come about? How did the game how did you guys?
So my buddy Richard, they asked him to do it against Daniel Castillo, and I go skate with them a lot, like with Richard Mulder and like Lance, my buddy Chuck, my buddy Thomas, and they hit him up to do it, and so me and Vince were gonna skate the same day as Richard Mulder and Daniel Castillo, but I got sick. I got the flu, so we had to postpone it
right
for like 2 weeks, and then we ended up doing it the same day. Nate Sherwood
at a different spot though, right?
No, the same
spot.
Yeah.
Did they? Okay.
The cop curbs in Tustin.
The cop curbs in Tustin. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I've been there before.
Yeah. It's right across from Tustin Police Station.
Okay. Yeah, those curbs are pretty fun, man. Like, I got to go there. Jonas took me there one time.
Oh,
Jonas
okay.
Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah, man. It was a fun watch, too, man, because, I mean, you guys got some curb tricks, dude.
we're watching it earlier, like, right here on the TV.
Yeah.
Seeing one of Vincent's falls. You were taking some slabs, bro, on the curb.
Yeah.
But, the curbs are pretty hard to skate. I'm not going to lie, you know?
This dude had his game mapped out, and I was in there, like, starry-eyed, confused. I didn't even know what to do. Like all the regular stuff that I like, all my bread and butter tricks were like, I don't know what happened. Those homie, it's a whole production. Like this is a whole production too, G. And I was not expecting it to be what it was.
Right.
There was a gang of people. There was several legendary human beings there that day.
Was.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just
Alex Mo was there.
Yeah.
Right. Vinny Pawney was there.
Vinny Pawney was there.
Boulder.
Yeah.
I mean, man.
It was just
Roger Bagley was there, right?
Yeah, Roger was ripping. Yeah, it was wild, dude. And I don't know. I seen all that and I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
Anything I had in my mind, like my bread, like blunt, fakey, I didn't even try it. Slappy crook, I didn't even get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like
that pressure kind of just got you.
Dude, I was like, where am I?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember the first trick you tried to pull out was like a 3 combo or something. I was like, whoa, he's already trying to take his head off. What?
You don't even remember.
What was it? Feeble board?
Yeah. And then just come out. Yeah.
Yeah, feeble board and then come out faking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The last couple of years we've been really... I think since COVID, I've been skating curbs like quite a bit. Mm. Yeah.
Pretty fun, man. I love them. I want to do them more and more now.
There's a spot in Covina called District Field, and they're all single-sided red curbs. Okay. And then like in the back behind the football field, there's like some more curbs and a little island and stuff. It's a cool little spot, right?
The island for like Manny's and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I always like a good little Manny spot too with curves.
Yeah. That's a good spot to go to, District Field.
All right. Do you guys have any questions?
Peralta? Yeah, I got a few questions, man.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see on the show next?
Oh, let's come back to that.
Yeah, out the gate with that.
Let's come back to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you already, I was going to say, what do you got coming up in the future? But the Palm video.
Yeah, hopefully we get something in the Palm video.
You will. Do you watch any sports or play sports or anything?
Nah, man.
Not
We do like my dad. We're a huge Lakers family. My dad's had season tickets since forever already. 20 years probably.
Damn.
You know, he's had some tickets up at Staples for forever. So we're a hardcore Lakers family. And then my brother-in-law and my wife's family, they're like diehard Dallas Cowboys fans and Dodgers fans. Mm-hmm. So we do Dodger games and Laker games, and I just keep it on, you know, side of my head or whatever, back of my head, like check to see who's winning. But no, I don't really play too many sports or anything. I mean, just the cycling thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sports like for me, like I was super into like Dodgers and stuff, but it got to the point where I'm like, I'd be so upset if they didn't make it.
That's why I can't do it, bro.
And I'm like, what? They don't pay my bills. What am I so mad about? Like, God,
bro,
I had to train my brain to not care.
Yes, bro, I will fold my TV in half.
Dude, seriously,
you know what I'm saying, and I can't be doing that.
I was yelling at take that picture out. Yeah, I'm like, now I'm like, okay, well, whatever.
And then like the doctor's like, hey, you have situational high blood pressure. So like when things start going down, like your boy I get like this, dude, right up the back of my, and dude, I gotta.
If I'm in my car, you can see my window steam when I get like it literally will start fogging up my glasses, everything. I'm like, dude, am I that pissed? Like I'm getting that hot right now? It's crazy. Yeah, I guess I have that too.
Yeah, the situational blood pressure is no joke.
I love that. It's my excuse now.
So, after everything you've been through in life, what words of wisdom would you like to put out there?
Oh man, you know what? It's not about me. It's about what I can do for you. Mostly, it's about how I can help the situation. You know, it's about leaving things in better shape than when I got there. For me. You know, it's about getting out of my own head and helping you with what you got going on. Because when I'm thinking about me, when I'm thinking about me, everything else around me could be burning down, and I'm worried about what pair of pants I got on, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the more I'm thinking about how I can help you and help what's going on out there, the less I'm thinking about me and the less I'm in my own way, you know?
Right.
Because
you're your biggest problem.
Bro, yeah. And so, you know, it's constant thought of others. It's just being a good human, man. Because there was a lot of years where I was not a good human. I was not a good person. And,
do you feel like you have to make it up in a way? Or...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You absolutely have to pay the piper, you know, whether it's...
now or later you're gonna pay.
Yeah, and I spent a real long time being on the other side of the fence and being a scandalous individual. You know, I was not a good person to my friends and my family, and I think that, like, thank God I got caught, and thank God I went to prison, and thank God I found like AA and was able to like work the program and realize that like the more I'm helping you and your situation and being
you're helping yourself at the same time.
Yeah, the less I'm worried about my situation and what my problems, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, I think just being a good person, dude, it's not easy for people. It's not easy, you know.
It takes work.
My grandfather used to say like the anything worth anything takes work. You know, it's easy to be the bad guy. It's easy to be lazy. It's easy to steal and rob, you know. It's hard to like get up and do the right thing and go to work and provide for your family, you know, or it's hard to not pay attention to your shortcomings and your negativity and be a dick to you or knock you down a peg. And so, yeah, I'm constantly like trying to work on like, not being a dick. If you ask me a question, instead of like being a smartass, you know, I'm trying to give you the solution to your problem.
Or at least a thoughtful answer.
Yeah. Because I was a dick for so many years. Like, it didn't get me nowhere. But 86 from establishments, and I was I was in the NFL, bro. No friends left.
Damn.
Like, straight up. You know what I mean? The people I would look around, and the people I was surrounding myself with were scumbags. And
right.
by default, I'm a scumbag for being with them. So yeah, man, I think just being a helpful human being is really the key to life for me.
I mean, there's always those key moments in our lives. I feel like you made sure you recognized it and changed. You know what I mean? Because like you said, it's so easy to do the wrong thing, and it's easy to keep going that route.
Yeah. But
to recognize those moments, like you went to prison, okay, you changed your life right there. Then now you wanted to stop drinking, you change your life right there. And that just turns out to be positive energy right there.
Like getting out of the darkness and finding the light makes you a better human being. And all those lessons and experiences we're going through, there are setups that a higher power of the universe puts us to be where we're at right now. And you know, like how you said, we help people and stuff, and all our like downfalls, our darknesses that we have, people are going through that right now, you know? And right. Some of them can't open up, but us opening up and, you know, letting them know you're not alone. We've been through there, you know, like you need help, let us know. We could help you out because we were there, we got out, and just me sharing my stories, like it makes me feel good inside, you know, and people thank me for that. People like always, you know, not always, but they tell me like, hey man, like I really appreciate your words, you know, like I couldn't really open up about it. And
yeah, man,
you know?
it's important to like when, you know, I reached out to you, I don't really know you. I don't talk to you at all, really, you know, but I feel what you're going through with your loss, you know, and I didn't have to chime in or nothing. And I wasn't, but hey, I just want to let you know, like, yo, I've been through that. And if you need something, I'm right here, you know, if nothing else.
And you told him some good stuff because you like we said earlier, like it's not going to go away.
No.
You know? So, and that's good to know that you know, that's always going to be there, but you got to, life goes on, you know what I mean?
There is this book that I bought about grieving and loss that I started reading this morning, and it said only like kind of like connect with people that grieve, that are also grieved, that have been through grieving, because they're like the ones that really understand.
Yeah,
because you could talk to somebody. Like I was talking to a coworker, and like, you know, I missed some days at work, and they were like, "Where you been?" And I was like, "They're all like, you know, I just lost my mom. I'm grieving." And like, "Oh, I understand." I'm like, "Bro, you don't understand till it actually really happens."
Sure.
And he's
exactly.
all like, "Oh shit, my bad, bro." Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, "Nah, it's cool, bro. But you know, now you know how I'm really feeling." You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, like people just lip service. Like, I get it.
I even know, like, I can only say what I can say because I have no idea what they're actually going through until, like you said, until it happens.
And that book talks about all that. Like sometimes people, you know, just try to they're trying to be helpful, but they don't know what words to say, you know. But us, like, sometimes we don't want to hear it, or we're just trying to process it. But hopefully, I get some like knowledge wisdom from that book. So
yeah.
But dude, how'd you go through it, man? The grief and all that, bro. Like,
dude, we built skate spots.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Vince were working on a project. To be 100% honest, I made that Dickies project like my full concentration and bring the best possible vibe and do the best possible job and occupy my time with positivity and being around good humans helped me just get through it, you know? Like, I mean,
you didn't have any waves, like you'll feel happy one day and the next day sad.
Dude, I'm still like that. I can't listen to like Neil Young. Like a Neil Young song will come on,
it triggers you,
and I'll be sobbing. You know, that don't stop. It doesn't stop.
My grandma too around that time.
Yeah.
So I'm still like some certain Beatles songs. I'm like,
yeah, dude.
You see Vince
me and this dude were going through things like in 2021, and I think it was God that just brought us together, and we were able to do that DIY project, and like
you keep yourselves positive.
Made some lifelong homies and built some amazing things, and that's
only you built those things and you guys enjoyed them, but other people enjoyed it as well. So it's like the energy is just all positivity.
Yeah, and then Vince ended up, having a baby. A lot of beautiful things happened at the end of that project, and I honestly think that it was all God's plan for sure. It had nothing to do with me.
Right.
I was just the vessel to, I was just somebody to help make it as, what it was. And I still think like that, whenever somebody hits me up for like to do something or build a spot or whatever it is, it doesn't have to be skateboard related. Mm-hmm. But if anybody hits me up and they got a problem or, I do my best to find a solution with them and to bring that into reality, straight up. The grieving process was crazy, bro, because I went back to work. I still had like 1 round of chemo to do. And I went back to work early. And I went from one project to another project. And then like when the writer's strike happened a couple years ago, mm-hmm. and Hollywood got shut down, mm-hmm. I got laid off. And I was off. So I was off for 10 months during cancer. And I was off for 8 months during the writer's strike. And then I went back to work for whatever, 10 months. And then the writer's strike happened. I got off. And I went back to work again for like 8 months. Then I got hurt in November. So I've been off since November. Wow. And we didn't really get a chance to grieve. We had too much life going on to where just in this since November, we really we went through a lot in the last couple of years. And man, just takes time. It takes time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, life's just gonna keep going. It's gonna go with you without,
Better to go with the grain than against it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say, but you said it.
Yeah, dude.
What's a trip though? Like sometimes some people can't take that
depression
pain or that pressure, and they just let themselves go, bro. And then they come let drugs or alcohol take over them. And in reality, I could have been one of those persons, but I already been through all that where I'm like, nah, moms wouldn't want that, She would want to see me keep going, She wouldn't want to see me crying. She would want to see me thriving, Right. Yeah. So that's what gives me hope, and that's what keeps me going, man.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to come back to that question of
who do I want to see on the podcast? Maybe see my homie Silo, or my homie Alien, or Davey, some of the older heads from the 90s that still 90s? Skate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about the younger cats that let them do their own thing,
They're local too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the homies are local though. They loved it.
Okay.
Yeah, they got some action too. They could tell you
always down to have
gnarly stories about back when Rudy Johnson and Guy and everybody was coming up, and or Lance. Lance would be cool.
Lance
Mountain.
Lance Mountain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
I know Lance. He's cool.
Yeah, dude.
Him and Richard. I seen them skating at a skate park one time together, and I was like, is that them two hanging out together?
Bro, they're those are spiritual advisors to me, bro. Okay. For real.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was weird. My homie Chuck, I hadn't seen him in 20 years. And we do an event, or we have a skate Thanksgiving, where we all get together Smith Park in Pico.
Oh shit, we do one at Brea every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get together with all the OG Fort Lucky's heads and KI crew and homies from West Covina and La Puente from back in the day, and I just happened to see my boy Chuck there, and they were my friend Tim, rest in peace. He was going through cancer as well, and he passed away. And I don't know. We all kind of I was going through something. They were going through something, and we all skateboarding happened to bring us together, and we were able to kind of lean on each other during that time and come through the darkness.
That's crazy. Could you imagine? That's what's amazing about the skateboard, because you guys just met up and then.
Yeah.
Bet you guys probably didn't even know you guys needed each other at that time.
Oh, without a doubt.
And then boom, like you said, you guys got to lean on each other and support each other, and then that not go through it alone.
Yeah. And
That's
then
everything, man.
That brought all kinds of different doors, like opening different avenues, or like Lance's indie ad, you know, like that
with the cane,
the crooked grind on the barrier. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was for his signature truck, but that was wild.
I seen the last ad he had where he was doing like a wall ride with a cane.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool too,
he got a crooked grind down the way from those barriers that we did in downtown. He has a crooked grind, but we helped him do that one.
I think I've seen that one.
We helped him do another one in like,
he rolled up onto like a barrier crook or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah. And just crazy stuff where you're like, is my phone really ringing right now? Is that dude? What is going on in the universe? It's wild, bro.
Yeah.
Or like the Sadlands thing with Guy where he blunt fakies. You know what I'm talking about? The gray pillar.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, like Vince got a switch heel flip on that thing. Like that had nothing to do with me. That was the universe bringing us together.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but those dudes would be cool to get on here.
We'd love to have them on, man.
Yeah, I'll let them know.
For sure. All right, dude. I think we almost did it. We're almost done here. We just got one more thing before we get out of here. Give him a question out of the bowl here. Well, you're already a professional skater, so like these kind of pertain to the locals.
The dream of
Okay. The question is, if you could get a pro guest board, what team do you want to be on?
Ooh.
Dang, that's a tough one. I mean, obviously chocolate, you know, those are like my closest home, you know.
Hell yeah.
My dearest peoples right there. And that was like the epitome of 90s skateboarding, you know, to me.
That's amazing.
You know, and I mean, I would love that. But anybody willing to be a part of, you know.
Okay.
But obviously, it would have to be like organic and not forced,
right,
or random.
That's what I mean. Chocolate's a good choice. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you already got to go to the warehouse, and, you know. Then, so yeah, man. And what graphic would you want if you could pick a graphic out?
Oh, I have this photo of my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, I have this photo of my mom from like 1966. And she looks all cholad out, like with eyeliner. It's a beautiful photo. I made shirts out of it, and I have the screen of it.
Okay.
And it's just.
So that would be the graphic.
Yeah, that would be the graphic without a doubt, for sure.
Since we have chocolate in the house, hello.
Photo, I was about to say, I saw that photo.
Yeah, he's seen the photo.
Yeah, so
he's seen the shirt too.
And if Rick or anybody out there, you know, is kind enough to like, hey, let's give the homie a guest board just for fun, you know.
The good brothers.
I mean, I would love to see teams do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Heroin did one for Belga and Gary,
and then it turned into a staple.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and then people were like, you know, we want more of them because there was only a limited run.
Yeah, and then who else got blessed up too? Curb Killer.
Yeah.
They gave him a truck and a board, right?
Little Wayne got blessed too, no?
Yep. Wow. Wheezy.
Yeah, Little Wayne. He did.
Yeah, man. I'm just. I don't have to have my name on a skateboard, but I am blessed beyond belief. To my whole life, I wanted to be a part of skateboarding. And I'm certain of this. If I would have been given the gift back when I was ripping and I was young and I was fired up and I was able to flip my board, I without a doubt would have squandered that gift. I without a doubt I would have gotten laughed out of the industry or 86th. You know,
you weren't ready.
And I truly believe that it was. Now is just my time to be part of it, you know. And I probably thought that I liked the spotlight when I was younger and I wanted to be a pro skateboarder, but I truly enjoyed just helping out and playing the background. I truly like just just being a part of something greater than me and doing my best to bless other people with it, you know?
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, dude. Like, especially while we do the show, we're hoping that people watch this show and can relate or like take something away from it, you know? Even if it's just one person out there that takes something out of each and every episode, that's what we're here for. And being a part of skateboarding, man, we want to be part of it too. And this is because I don't skate that great, but like this is a way for me to be part of skateboarding too. You know what I mean? So
yep.
You know, and get out of a little bit in front of the background a little bit, not maybe in the middle. I should say with this show, we're not in the front yet. We're not 9 Club, but we're in the middle.
Dude, you guys are doing great, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Straight up, this is a beautiful thing you guys got going.
I appreciate that, man. It was fun to watch your reaction when you walked in too. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, this is a legit production. Yeah,
just seen how it first started though, but yeah.
This is dope for sure. You guys are doing a good thing right here.
We thank you, man. You have any shout outs?
Shout out Pawnshop, shout out Dinky Skateboarding, Graveyard Hardware, the family, you know. Mm-hmm. Shout out my wife Melissa for holding me down through everything. And obviously first and foremost God, you know. And I don't know, man. I'm just so grateful to be a part of something, you know.
Well, we're grateful to have you here and talking with us, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, homeboy.
Thank
you.
For
sure. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
Listo?
Shout outs. Yeah. Shout out number 1, God. Shout out number 2, Moms forever. Rest in peace. Shout out number 3, Dad. Shout out my family, my siblings, you know, being there for me and stuff. And shout out Skateboarding, Where the Locals Sk8, holding it down. Shout out Jeffrey, coming down, sharing your story, you know.
Thanks, man.
Got to know you a little bit more, you know. Yeah. Shout out Vince, coming down, you know, accompanying you. And shout out to everybody out there watching, supporting, and always, you know, checking in.
Profit.
No, shout out to Jeff. Nice meeting you for the first time. I think this is the first time I've probably met you.
Yeah.
You're a cool dude, man. Be cool to catch a sesh with you sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah, and then, you know, shout out to everyone watching, supporting us, taking their time to, you know, show these guys love, listening to their stories. You know, these things probably help so many people and skaters out there that are going through the same situations don't think other people are going through.
Yeah.
And it's good to hear other skaters' stories. And shout out to my whole squad right now, putting it down for this vision of mine to film a video. And, you know, I come up with some crazy ideas, but they go with it with me. But, yeah.
They work.
You know, shout out to everyone just supporting skating.
Yeah, let us know when you're going to go film. We'll get a clip.
Hell
Down to get a clip. For
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be sick. Oh, and shout out to Vince for being in the background right here, chilling.
Thanks for having me.
Fact checking.
Come over here.
Yeah, man, of course. Yeah, they haven't found out yet. Yes, Vincent Alvarez is in the studio with us today. Thank you very much for coming down, and Jeffrey, thank you so much for coming down and sharing your story with us.
Thanks, Joe.
You're part of the Where the Locals Sk8 family now, and of course I gotta thank my guys behind the 1s and 2s, Victor and David, and thank everybody out there for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Really helps us out here. If you know somebody that wants to be on our show, hit us up at Where the Locals Sk8 on Instagram. I'm OG Skate Show. Till next week. Peace out, everybody.